Hello, dear Aries. This is your 3-card spread weekly reading for the week starting today, Sunday, January 19th, 2020. I am using an Oracle deck called the Power Deck by Lynn V. I love this deck. Used it a long time ago when it first came out, and I recently got the new deck because it was just released not too long ago, and it's been revamped, and I am just loving it so far. Looks like my candle is going out over there. There. I think this will be my last video for the morning because it's technically morning now. And I'll continue with doing all the rest of the signs readings later on in the morning. So let's get started. Your first card is this beautiful card. Dream. In the 3-card spread, your first card signifies your situation, and then you have an East card here for your challenge, and this one is release. The art on each of the cards is especially significant to try to get a feel of, and brings you to a place of stillness, your place of power, helps you to center. One of the things you can do with this deck is you can pull a card every day and just have it around to look at every time you glance at it throughout your day. It helps to bring you back to your sacred place of stillness where hopefully you can start your day from. Your third card here is feminine, and this is your guidance card. When I pull the cards, just so you know, I shuffle them until one falls out or one stands out so significantly that I just have to take it, and just saves on a little bit of time doing the videos. Not just mine, but yours as well. So while I read from the book about your card, it says exactly what it says here in the book, with some additional information regarding the artwork for you to ruminate on. I'll just hold the card here so that you can contemplate the meaning. Hopefully that's in focus for you. So your situation being dream, card of the West teachings, of which you have 2 in this deck, by the way, and that signifies that you're at the place of emotion. The West teaches us about our emotions, and since I've pulled more than one of the same directional card for you, this signifies that you are suggested to do work in the opposite direction, which is the East, the place of the mind. So do things to stimulate your intellect, read some books, If you're spending time doing a lot of gaming or something online, maybe, you know, look up some stuff that interests you that will intellectually stimulate you. Do some puzzles. Yeah, reading is an excellent and relaxing pastime that a lot of people enjoy still in the age of technology. But for your first card, Dream, for your situation, it says one day you will remember the great dream, and the way will become known to you. You entered into this life through the veil of the dream. Because your reason for being here must be kept secret from you until you find your way home. You don't know who you are now, but one fine day you will remember. It is like creation looking for itself. You are in oneness with all life, though you are not aware of it yet. Rest assured, you will awaken from the dream. Until then, let the Great Mother rest within your spirit. She is the universe. She is the womb of all life. She is the light that shines from your eyes, illuminating your daily dreams. The possibilities you dream of will become your reality. The painting is entitled The Celestial Dream. It represents the feminine power of Mother Earth in the way that dreams from one's unconsciousness flow out of one's head into daily reality. The lotus flowers and the butterfly celebrate transcendence into higher consciousness. At the bottom of the waterfall, the universe is formed by the spheres of your spirit and by the life of consciousness within your being and within your sacred dream. Have the courage to manifest your dreams in your life. This is a card of the West because dreaming, transformation, death, and rebirth are part of your West training. The flow of the waterfall represents the energy of your dreams as they flow through your life and transform you. Which is interesting because, excuse me, this card talks a lot about the feminine. And then you have another one, which is your guidance. That is about the feminine, which is pretty cool. And they're both West cards. So, yeah, that's such a beautiful artwork. So for your challenge, we have release. Just popped up in the readings here quite a few times. It's a beautiful hawk. I thought this was card 43, but it's card 42. Okay, here we go. Anytime you are possessed by an emotion that you cannot control, know that it does not belong to you. Someone is sending negative energy towards you. Just to clarify that this is in regard to an overwhelming emotion. And so we all know that our emotions originate from us. But I believe that Lynn is speaking in a spiritual sense about the origins of what may be negative energy being directed at us from another source, which manifests into emotions that kind of spin us out of control, where we feel like we don't have any control in that moment at all. Yogic breathing techniques are great for that, by the way, for hyperventilation. Yeah, Google it. Excellent for anxiety. And back to the card. So she was saying that anytime you're feeling an emotion you can't control, just know that that is could be negative energy coming towards you. Imagine that the negative emotion is muddy water pouring down through your hands onto your legs and feet and into the earth. Or take that emotion into your hands and release it like a hawk. Let it fly away. We tend to hold on to fears and negative energy in an addictive way. When you release your fears, you allow power to come into you. Create a welcoming void within through the power of release. The painting is entitled On Spirit Wings. Release is one of the most important acts that you can learn on your path to power. Release lives in the east and flies toward freedom like the hawk. As the sphere of universal knowledge hovers behind him, the knowledge and wisdom of Mother Earth lives in the mountains. It is this timelessness of memory that you can experience only after release. Powerful card. And your guidance is feminine. I hope that's in focus. The world is bereft of feminine consciousness. To bring Mother Earth back into balance, we must bring back our awareness of her. Language is a barrier between us, but woman has always communed with women in an unspoken language. Her roots are entwined with the essence of Mother Earth, for she too is feminine. Woman is the keeper of the planet and must not let her energy be uprooted by the male systems within man or woman. We are all in need of world harmony. Mother Earth has been misunderstood, but she is the universal link. She is the womb for all that lives. Feminine consciousness is the energy that embodies the wisdom you need at this moment. The painting is entitled In the Garden of Eve. It is through the direction of the West, through the transformation of an overbalance of male energies, that we reinstate the harmony and perfect balance of feminine consciousness with male consciousness on Earth. The feminine spirit thrives in a grove of sisterhood, of women in communication. This grove of female trees shows its connectedness to the universal consciousness surrounding and within Mother Earth below. The butterflies represent the chakra system of energy throughout the human being. Universal energy is born from sacred space and evolving towards the light. Quite a beautiful card. And so, since I had mentioned earlier that I've pulled 2 West cards for you, Aries, it does signify that, excuse me, you may be in or entering a time of, sorry, I think I need some water. You may be in or entering a time of a lot of emotional issues going on with you. You might be feeling, a lot of profound feelings. Hey, stop that. Sorry, it's my cat, and he should not be doing what he's doing right now. No. No. He's a wanderer and he wants to get outside. Sorry for that little hiccup. Back to what I was saying. So if you find yourself in a position where your emotions are kind of overwhelming you this week, try to imagine a string. So say, here you are in the middle of all of this emotion, and something is going on that's out of your control, and that's how things feel, is just like, oh God, just can't get a grip on anything. A good thing to practice is pretending like there's a string above your head that you're pulling up. And you just keep pulling it up and pulling it up until you find yourself kind of looking down at yourself. So what you're doing is effectively pulling your consciousness out of your situation and trying to gain a broader and wider perspective of what's going on. And in this way, it can help you to kind of get a bird's eye view of you and how you're reacting to the situation, and also to get a more clearer and calmer understanding of what might be happening when we're in the middle of, the mud of a situation, especially negative situation. It's hard for us to see clearly what's going on. We get caught up in the emotions, and sometimes wind up making some choices that we may not have made if it weren't for the fact that we were caught up in that emotion at that time. And everyone knows that negative energy just, attracts more of the same kind of thing. So we don't want that. And another good thing to maybe look into, if you do suffer from any type of anxiety, or if you find yourself in a situation where your emotions are out of control, it could be a good idea to look into and research some yogic breathing techniques. There is one, it's basically like, they call it like a well breathing. So you imagine like you have a well in the back of your throat. So you create this like large space in the back of your throat, and you do a certain type of breathing. And what that does is the muscles of your throat will press on, I believe it's one of the main nerves in your neck. And when you do that type of breathing, I don't know if you could hear that, but I think that my camera has decent audio, and that you may have heard what I just did, which was the well breathing that I was talking about. And what that does is the muscles of your throat press on that nerve, and the nerve instantly slows your heartbeat down. And when we're in the middle of a panic attack or anxiety or anxious moment, or even when you're upset, say you're angry at something and you feel like you're just out of control, your heart will race. So your body goes into a certain type of state, and your breathing becomes shallow and fast, and then your heart usually starts beating a little faster too. So what that does is it just physically halts you, and it brings you to a place where you can feel like you're actually in control of what your body's going through. course, if you need to, say, stop that breathing and just breathe normally, however fast it is, for a few seconds again, then go ahead. But if you can, try to do that breathing technique again. And what it will help you to do anyways is it will help to kind of bring you down out of that kind of space, that head space that we can get caught up in. At any rate, all of that said and done, I think that that is it for this reading, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you have, like I said, if you do happen to suffer from any type of anxiety or anything like that, do Google up yogic breathing techniques for anxiety, and you might just come across, a video. I learned that from a yoga show called Padma Meditation, and she's a yoga teacher and a meditation teacher that I was watching on Channel 1, ONE. And yeah, it's a great show. I highly recommend her. I believe she has a website you could probably visit. That's Padma Meditation. And spelled Padma. She's great. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you subscribe if you did enjoy, and come to visit me again next week for more video.